What is going on, everybody? We're back with another CCW review. I am Nick,
And I'm Joe.
and we are talking about AEW Dynamite from March 4th, 2026. Um, and we have a new thumbnail format for our AEW shows.
Oh, that's a surprise.
So, for those of you that don't know, those of you that watch should notice, our Raw and WWE paper PLE shows have the same format where you have the black bar on the right side of the screen. It'll have our logo at the top in the black side, and then it'll have the show name, logo, the date, and then review at the bottom. And what AEW's were, SmackDown, the bar was on the other side of the screen, and I did that intentionally to set them to make them a little different.
All right, differentiation.
And then with Collision and Dynamite, I did the opposite, where the black bar was at the top of the screen with all that information for Dynamite, and then the black bar was at the bottom of this, or no, I'm sorry, other way around. Bottom of the screen for Dynamite, top of the screen for Collision. Now, at some point, and I believe I did them both at the same time, we stopped using SmackDowns because we stopped doing SmackDown. And then
Thank God.
at that same time, I took the Collision one and made it match Dynamite's setup because I thought the thumbnails looked really stupid with the black bar at the top of the screen because it kind of forced the image down and it just looked off. But I haven't been a fan of the black bar across the bottom of the screen for a long time, so now all of WWE stuff is going to have the black bar on the right side, and all of AEW's is going to be on the left. Because
There you go.
it has, I'm able to set a focal point of whatever pick I take off of what we're watching, which also helps me be able to cut out the stupid word live at the bottom or top of anything.
We're alive, pal.
But yeah, none of that's important, but it was important to me, so I was going to share it. So, with that being said, Dynamite. We have the second worst commentary duo in wrestling.
The first being Michael Cole and Wade Barrett.
Yes, and only because of Wade. I actually like Michael Cole, just like I like Excalibur. It boils down to which of the other two do I dislike the most, and for me, it's Wade Barrett, but not by much. They're about neck and neck
I've
for me.
got some bad news for you.
Which is funny because apparently Wade Barrett's beloved by a lot of people, and I don't get it. I do not get it.
I don't get it either. He grinds my gears.
We're in Texas, and
El Paso.
MJF and Kevin Knight start the night, and it was really weird because MJF got cheered to start the night, and Kevin Knight was getting booed. Now this changed as the match went on, but initially I was like, "If this is going to be what pushes these people heel, I'm all for it."
Well, I mean, they have gotten a bit big for their britches because of the success they've been having. So
That's true. So, honestly, just in my opinion, a very good match. A lot of really good high spots. Kevin Knight was killing it. I love, like, he has that like diving over the rope clothesline that he does. It is so fucking beautiful when he hits it. Of course, MJF is just MJF. He's always a pleasure to watch.
Sure.
And MJF does a really good job wrestling against people that their primary moveset is being overly athletic. So you're more high flyer focused flippy people.
Well, he's had a lot of recent practice with all of his CMLL stuff that he had been doing late last year.
Right, and I actually think that's a big reason why they pushed him to start doing that because of how well he does do with these kind of wrestlers.
Yeah, he really is a generational talent.
He is. I thought these guys killed it. Kevin Knight, towards the end of the match, hits his coast to coast and then his UFO splash, but in the process, dude, MJF kicks the ref into the ropes. And
Which was unique. I liked it.
It was so well done and so out of nowhere. And I've not seen that before. I thought it was smart on the heel side.
The referee hammed it up a bit too much.
Which referee was
Bryce.
it? Yeah,
It was
Bryce
Bryce.
Remsburg.
Yeah, he hammed it up a little too much. The way he was counting, where he was like jumping up in the air and coming down, was excessive and bullshit.
That's a normal Bryce thing, though. It's annoying. Um, but again, I thought that whole play up thing was good. MJF kicks out, uh, gets his knees up for the second UFO splash that Kevin Knight goes to do. Kevin Knight basically falls just perfect enough outside of the ropes to be able to get caught up in the heat seeker, and MJF gets the win.
Yeah. My only complaint, because it was a very well wrestled match, a bit long. It was a bit of a long match for a TV championship match.
I absolutely would have let this match go for an extra 25 minutes if it would have eliminated 3 of the matches on this fucking card. I am not going to lie.
I don't disagree with you, but the simple answer to that is don't book those terrible matches. The only other thing, he didn't take the heat seeker very well, but that was kind of nitpicky.
He took it about like Samoa Joe did during the triple threat match.
No, Joe didn't come out from in between Max's legs. Kevin Knight came out from between Max's legs.
Well, how much?
Taking a front face bump is not everybody's. Not everybody's good at it.
Right. Actually, and I meant to say this earlier, this is actually my match of the night. And honestly, it just barely beat out the actual main event.
Yeah, I didn't. I like this better than the main event. Honestly, yeah, there's really nowhere to go but this match, really.
There's one other that I really liked. Like I said, I like 3 of the matches. I was not a fan of 4 of them. But we'll get into those. And like the ones I'm not a big fan of, most of them I didn't necessarily hate. There's just things about them that I didn't like.
Oh, there's some hate from me.
Well, I know 2 of the matches you and I will definitely share very, very similar opinions on. So, post-match, MJF goes to hit Kevin Knight with the diamond ring, and Adam Page comes out. MJF gets distracted while Mike Bailey slides into the ring behind MJF and hits him with a super kick as he turns around. And that's the end of that whole segment. So, this obviously sets up more stuff to happen throughout the night, and we'll get there. Match 2, another match I really enjoyed more than I thought I would. Orange Cassidy and Darby Allin versus Gabe Kidd and Clark Connors.
Yep. I clearly enjoyed it too because I didn't send you any kind of bitching and moaning about it.
Listen, if we get... I definitely like Gabe more in a tag scenario. The more I see of Clark Connors, the more I actually like of Clark Connors.
Again, it's this. They are not very good singles wrestlers for some reason.
Right.
Like the singles matches they've had, I've seen Gabe Kidd work a very serious, very good singles match against Kenny.
Yep.
I'm slowly realizing that was a lot to do with Kenny than it was him, but I've seen him work good singles matches.
Right.
He does weird things in between moves and just weird vibe. I don't know. He's unorthodox.
Yeah, and he plays psychotic. Like that's his whole thing. So he's very all over the place. However, with this match, Darby and OC rush the heels during the heels entrance. We get this really cool segment that I really liked. And at some point, Gabe had drugged some steel steps over to the edge of the guardrail. And he puts Orange Cassidy in this really cool, like, standing bulldog choke and dangles him off of the edge of the steps.
It's like a dangling front face lock.
Right. Which I thought was a really cool visual for a match.
Yeah. Agreed.
He gets broken. It gets broken up, and OC ends up standing on top of the timekeeper's table. And out of fucking nowhere, and by out of nowhere, he just ran from across the fucking outside of the ring. Clark Connors spears the shit out this man through the through the timekeeper table. And I want you guys to understand, I have not seen this man do a spear before, and I would guess to say this is not a move he's going to be normally doing as far as moves go.
Yeah, it was more just like a running tackle through the table because he, like you said, it's not something he does all the time that I've seen.
But boy, it was beautiful.
Yeah. He should teach Tekla how to do them.
That's the fucking truth. So anyways, great spot. Darby ends up hitting a coffin drop to the guys on the outside of the ring, tosses Connors into the ring. OC hits an orange punch on him, and they get the pin. Faces win.
Which is lame, but understandable. Given what happens next.
Very well wrestled match. I was super excited because I'm like, man, we're 2 for 2 on great matches that I wasn't expecting to be as good as they are. Now, what really stands out here, post match, there has been some talk that David Finlay was going to end up in WWE because, like, apparently WWE was high on David and they were going to be gunning for David. But I feel like
it should be.
I've known for a while that wasn't going to happen because you could very well see what Tony was setting up. Because Gabe Kidd and Clark Connors being together and being the War Dogs over in New Japan with David Finlay. Like, the writing was on the wall for me.
Sure.
A lot of people seem to think, like, they really thought he was going to go to WWE just because his dad spent so much of his career there, I guess. But yeah, that is not what happened. Now, will he ever end with there? Possibly. Down the line.
Yeah, who knows?
But right now he's not, baby. And this man came out from fucking nowhere and started whacking people with a shillelagh. Because he's just like his dad. He loves to fight. It was a fantastic fucking moment. I was so excited to see him in the fucking show. My only complaint is he wore some very loose clothing, so you can't see how jacked this man really is.
Well, he was wearing like a dress shirt and slacks.
Right. Because he's actually a really big dude. So
I just hope this means that Gabe Kidd and Connors is going to get treated more seriously and maybe not just be getting jobbed out by folk.
Right. Well, and here's something else I'm excited for. There's a certain somebody that Finlay has a interesting past with that I'm excited to see if they do something in AEW.
Who could you mean?
Well, he's been injured. And it's rumored he's going to be back soon. And here's the thing. He's also got his own Bullet Club stable.
Well, somewhat, since the Bullet Club doesn't necessarily exist anymore.
It still could. You don't need the main Bullet Club to exist for the others to exist.
Well, they're both kind of just going by different stable names now. But regardless, the fact that, yeah.
Finlay and Switchblade have a tumultuous history together. And I am excited.
Yeah, I'm for it.
Oh, man. And like I said...
Switchblade can actually stay healthy so we can get it.
If we can get the Bullet Club War Dogs versus the Bullet Club Gold, I'm all in, dude. That is some shit I would love to see. And if they can set that up somehow for...
All in.
And it doesn't even have to be Colton, because I don't think Colton's going to be back anytime soon. But they've got Ace, and Ace can stand in for that spot.
I would honestly rather it be Ace than the other Gun Brother. I'm thinking Juice, Switchblade, and Ace.
Oh, you're thinking Juice, Switchblade, and Ace. See, I actually forgot about Juice. I'm not gonna lie. I was actually thinking Switchblade, Ace, and Austin.
No. I was leaving the Gun Boys off entirely.
Yeah, you could go that route too. I forgot all about Juice. I try not to. I actually like Juice.
Yeah, Juice is good. He's also unorthodox, but in a different way.
Right. He just says wild shit. He doesn't do wild things.
He's just his mannerisms and stuff are just odd.
Right.
But it's fine. It's Juice.
So yeah, I haven't seen if Tony's put up the graphic yet. Obviously, we're probably pretty sure that he's there.
Tony should start doing the Triple H pointing posts just to get under people's skin, just to troll the internet, because the fucking internet would be so upset.
Oh, the whole War Dog faction is officially all elite. So that includes Gabe too, who's been wrestling under the New Japan banner. All
Good.
right.
I mean,
Except they're just
it's
calling.
not surprising.
I guess they're just calling themselves the Dog. Dogs. Sorry, not the dog. There's
Yeah,
not
because
one.
New Japan probably owns the War Dogs thing.
That's dope. That makes me happy. All right. So, anyways, hold on. What the fuck did Tony do? I think he made another match for Revolution.
TK working overtime, huh?
That's gonna be a
Twitter?
banger fucking match, dude. We'll get there because we got to get to the end of the show.
Okay.
There's a reason that match exists. So, post match, we already said that. Backstage, Renee is interviewing Bandido and Andrade. I loved this moment. It was so awkward, but I love Andrade for how he came back with all this. So like, Bandido's all excited. He's like, I get to wrestle Andrade. He's somebody I watched a lot in my hometown, and I'm excited to be able to finally wrestle against him. And Andrade's like, do you want to wrestle or do you want a selfie? And he's like, oh wait, I've got to call. I've got to take this. Bye guys. And then he walked out. Like, I loved him calling out Bandido for acting like a fan.
Right?
Like, no. You've been challenging this man. You can't Machine Gun Kelly this shit. Right?
Oh. So, yes, it makes Bandido look like a mark.
Yeah.
And that's not good. Like, he's a Ring of Honor world champion. Like, he's supposed to be like a big deal. This made him look like a geek.
Right. But like I said, I loved what Andrade came back with. I was like, that's amazing.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
Andrade, even during his NXT run when he was champion there, can be witty. He does like little snide things that just make you exactly like this, where you're just like, he has just this coolness about him.
Right. And this is where it all goes downhill for a while.
Hey, you're not wrong.
Match
Off a
3.
cliff.
Match 3 versus the Brawling Bird, or it was Brawling Birds versus Inspiration. Okay, I want you guys to understand something. I don't think Joe's going to say this match was terrible. I don't think the match was terrible. I think it's the cleanest the Brawling Birds have looked overall as a team. My problem.
Yeah, that's not hard, especially given the length
My
Go
problem
ahead.
is
I'll bitch afterwards.
you've taken a couple weeks to build up the Inspiration, and we're talking about it's a team that's very well known. They're the Iconics in WWE. They were even WWE Women's Tag Team Champions for a while.
TNA Women's Tag Team
TNA
Champions.
Women's Tag Team Champions.
Much bigger reputation than these two ladies on AEW.
They have a pretty big reputation. And yes, they are a comedy act that goes along with that. Like, if you go back and watch some of their stuff, a lot of their stuff is them being goofy.
Sure.
However, you have them come out. They do the whole goofy run it back segment like they're fucking Jay Uso for their entrance, which I thought was fine because...
Sure. They were dancing and it cut off mid-thing, and I thought it was fine too.
Right. So then they get jumped from behind, but instead of having an actual match out of this, they lose in like a minute and a half, 2 minutes.
And the match should have never started.
Right.
Like, what are the fucking rules?
Just as long as 2 people are in the ring. That's all it takes.
Do they not have to tag? Was this announced as a tornado? Because the match was like 3-4 minutes long and not a fucking single tag. Everybody stayed in the ring the whole time. Aubrey's just standing there with her thumb up her ass, not doing anything, just waiting for the fucking count to 3.
I have no clue. I was not a fan though. And again, my big problem is more how the Inspiration were treated out of this.
Yeah, because they signed a multi-year deal apparently. And if they're just around to take L's, which is fine, but why the multiple vignettes? Why this attempt to make them a big deal for them to get squashed by this? I'm okay with the birds winning, but did it need to be this
Decisive.
one-sided? Like, I get you're trying to put the birds over as the next big thing, even though I think that's a terrible fucking idea because neither one of those chicks should be in a tag team.
Honestly,
You could argue that none of them should even be in this fucking promotion because Jamie Hayter, since she's come back, has looked awful, and I was never a Windsor fan to begin with.
yeah.
It's
So
a fucking nepo hire because fucking Will Ospreay's her fucking husband.
So, yeah, I am not a fan of how this match turned out. And like I said, as far as the actual wrestling that was done, it was fine. It's the best they've looked together. Their finishing move actually looked fluid for once. And that's the first time that's happened. But regardless,
Just awful.
was an absolute
Nobody gets over here.
pointless fucking match. And speaking of pointless fucking, well, okay, the next match had a point, but boy was I mad at first because this match ends, the next match starts. It's Hangman Adam Page versus some random guy, and I had the same problem you did initially. I except I couldn't bitch to you about it because you don't watch it work anymore. So I was mad because I was like, why does Hangman get to wrestle this nobody?
Yeah, but MJF had to wrestle fucking Kevin Knight.
And win in 30 seconds, but Kevin Knight, MJF gets to wrestle Kevin Knight, but then
What this could have done could have been accomplished in a promo.
oh, it could have. But I understand why they did this. So, because they wanted him to also be pulling double duty. So,
But what was it really double duty though?
no.
Only in the very minimum scope of the thing. His match literally lasted 5 seconds.
But yeah, so he big boosts this kid, does the buckshot, gets the 3 count. Post match, Adam Page wants the mic, and he's like, he basically says he wants to beat MJF's ass, and MJF should come out there. MJF comes out and asks if Hangman saw him whoop his boy's ass. He's like, and I already got to deal with you at the press conference later or next week. Hangman goes to say something, but then Mark Davis, Fletcher, and Okada come from behind. Listen, I swear to God, it's like you were in my mind. Because you were like, what the fuck are they doing out there? And I said the same thing. It took me like 15 seconds to remember, oh yeah, that's right. The collision shit that happened.
You like 15 seconds after I sent the thing bitching. It's like, oh yeah, the collision stuff.
So you went through the same thought process I did, which made me laugh. When I realized what was going on, because I even put in my notes, I was so confused at first because I forgot they called him out for the triple threat match. So, had it ended there, I would have been happy, but then I got to hear Don Callis talk.
I've got something important to
Now,
say.
for once, he does have something important to say.
I agree.
9 out of 10 times, he does not. This time he did.
You're not wrong. He's there just to get heat.
So he comes out and he calls them greedy, entitled millennial punks, which is funny because it's like staring in a mirror.
Yep, I laughed.
Hangman, he's like, Hangman wants the world title. Knight wants the international title. Bailey is coming after the TNT title. He's like, how much is enough? He's like, I don't like greedy guys. He's like,
It's just funny.
And you guys,
he was the driving force behind Kenny's belt collection gimmick.
Right. And he was like, you guys said you agreed to any time, any place. He's like, so I spoke with Tony Khan, and it's gonna be tonight, main event. And I was like, okay, this is intriguing because Kevin Knight just had a long banger of a match with MJF
where he got hurt kayfabe wise because of his ribs.
Right
then I'm like, they're losing. Easy choice to see they were losing there.
And then Hangman obviously had his 30-second match, which he got kind of winded on. No, I'm kidding. He didn't. There wasn't time to get winded. He was actually...
the walk to the ring was longer than the match.
And I put Kevin and Hangman got to pull double D. That's why I was like, it's like this man's writing my fucking notes for me. So then backstage, Renee met with FTR and the Bucks on a no contact meeting. And FTR's like, look, there's only there's only 3 great teams in this millennium. He's like, the Briscoes, us, and you guys. He's like, we won 2 out of 3 times against the Briscoes. He's like, so that just leaves you and us, who we're both 3-time AEW World Champions or Tag Champions. And he was like, but you know what? We're gonna beat you guys, and then we're gonna be just the best. There's gonna be no debate. And
the best of the millennia.
And then the Bucks are just mad. I can never remember which one's which. Their family got pulled into this.
Nick talked first, and then Matt. Nick was in the background. Matt was in the foreground.
They all look the same. Cash hopes that their Cash is like, yeah, well, I hope your family's a revolution too, so I could teach them another lesson. And at that point, FTR is like, you know what? We're gonna leave before this agreement gets broken. He's like, but we didn't agree to not touch him. And then they smacked the shit out of Brandon Cutler. Poor Brandon, dude. This dude is on TV for the first time in like a year and a half, and it's just to get laid out.
No, not poor Brandon. He's getting paid at probably 6 figures to fucking just carry the bags of his buddies.
That's probably true.
I'm not feeling bad for him.
But yeah, he gets laid out, and they leave. And then we get match 5. Oh, Lord. It's the Continental Eliminator match. It's Mox versus Hechicero. And guys, I think it's funny because I remember very vividly when I first started watching AEW and he first showed up being like, man, Hechicero's actually pretty fun to watch. And I don't know what happened.
If you like to watch 2 grown men just roll around on a mat for no fucking reason sloppily, this was your jam. For the rest of us, this was awful.
I hate... Like, Mox has looked so good versus everyone else in the family he's wrestled. But it's like, you knew that this was going to be a boring, ugly match. Because it's fucking Hechicero, dude. Like, if there's one person I wish would go back to CMLL and not return, it's this guy. And my problem is, I don't mind submission wrestlers when you're interesting about what you do. I love, probably a top 5 favorite for me right now is Zack Sabre Jr. And all that man does is submissions. But he's so unique about the way that he fucking goes about it. That's what makes it interesting. I love to watch Jonathan Gresham because he's all about doing the super technical submissions just like Zack Sabre Jr. is. But he's interesting about how he goes about doing it. Hechicero is like, let me crawl under your legs just to put you in an ankle lock. Let me roll over you just to put you in a headlock. Like, get the fuck out of here with that shit, dude. It's boring.
Yep, I don't disagree.
If I wanted to watch motherfuckers roll around in headlocks for 90% of a fucking match, I'd just watch 80s WCW wrestling.
Yeah, it was bad. Mox wins. End of story. Let's move on.
Mox wins with the paradigm shift. Post-match, Taka comes out, and him and Mox have a stare down. I think Mox forgot he was supposed to come to the ring.
Yeah, because Mox dipped out, and he's in the crowd, and then they're just like...
He looks back, and you can actually see the look on his face like, oh, shit, my bad. So he walks back to the edge of the guardrail so they can run their mouth at it. Well, so he can run his mouth. Taka didn't say anything. Taka just stared at him and pointed to the Revolution sign. It's like it's Mania or something. It's that time of year, I guess.
Season. Yep, it's Mania season.
In-ring segment. I loved this segment. Brody King comes out. And because I've been seriously thinking, how is Swerve gonna hang Brody? And we found out how. So
something very awful took me completely out of this segment, which I thought was fine otherwise, but it was like Nia Jax with a chair bad.
Oh, are you talking about the punches with the chains that looked so fake?
Oh, it was awful.
Listen.
It was like Nia Jax with a chair. I'm like, dude.
This is not a normal...
It took me completely out of it.
This is not a normal Swerve thing. It's why it didn't bother me. Because he's usually good about laying it in. That was not one of them.
That's a big man. Just whip him with the chain. It's not a real fucking chain anyways.
So, Brody King comes out, and he's like, I don't have to stand on an announce table to tell everybody how dangerous I am. Swerve, you should get your ass out here so I can prove it. Nana comes out, and he's like, Brody, are you sure you want to go down this rabbit hole? And Brody is like, quit talking, tell him to get his ass out here. And then I was like, all right, here's Swerve. Swerve's music starts, and they let this run for about 30 to 45 seconds. At which point,
Which it usually does anyways, because he comes out at a very specific point.
right,
And right when he usually comes out is when they panned back to the ring and he hit him from behind. It was actually very well timed.
yeah. He hits him and then gives him like 4 or 5 really bad, terrible Nia Jax
Oh,
level fucking punches with the chain. Like Swerve's
that was
again,
bad.
Swerve's better than this. I don't know what the fuck happened here, but it was bad.
It was bad.
Afterwards though,
Once you got past that, if you could get past that and you weren't me,
Swerve drags him over to the edge of the thing. He ties the chain around his neck. He clips it to the rope and then grabs the other end of the chain, tosses it over the other side, and hangs him from the like he's on the outside,
he's on the
hanging
outside
him
pulling down
on the
chain.
inside. And at that point, Nana grabs a mic and puts it in Swerve's face. And while he's hanging him, Swerve goes, "You know how to chain a dog up? Just like this." And because he was barking at him while he was doing it to start off with. And he's like, "It's one thing to talk about being the most dangerous, but then there's action." He said, "But you know what? I'll see you in LA for Revolution." And at that point, he let the chain go and he walked out.
Well, Bandido came
Oh
out
yeah,
to help.
Bandido slid in, and Swerve just smiled and walked off. Good times. Thank you, Bandido, for showing up way too late to help your friend. Good job.
That's usually how it works in the wrestling business.
And then we get backstage. Death Riders are saying some shit. Now, what you said is funny. I didn't care about this segment at all, though. I don't.
You mean where I said Mox is in the back walking like a Resident Evil zombie while the other three are up in the up in the foreground talking just useless nonsense?
Yeah. And then listen. It's the best of the bad matches. That's the best compliment I can give this.
Oh, this next match, yeah.
Match 6, AEW's Women's Championship, Tekla versus Thunder Rosa. And guys, Tekla tried so hard to make this interesting. She did. She did.
She got her ass beat.
Yeah.
She gave and gave and gave and gave to Thunder Rosa.
But Thunder is so boring, man. Like, again, she had one great match, and for some reason, people hold her so high because of that one great match.
Yeah.
And I find her so boring. I always have. I don't.
She talks too much.
You talk.
She talks
too
the
much.
entire match.
Sorry.
She's pandering to the camera the entire time. She does a move, she's screaming at the camera. She does a move, she's screaming at the camera.
Right.
Fucking wrestle the match, you idiot.
So Tekla goes for a spear. She goes for the pin. At 2, she pulls Thunder Rosa's head up. And she goes for a curb stomp. Thunder moves. Thunder gets another couple moves in. Tekla ends up hitting a curb stomp any fucking ways. Twice, actually. Hits her with 2 curb stomps. Gets the pin. Gets the win. At which point, she's getting ready to do another curb stomp to Thunder Rosa. At which point, Stat comes out. And as soon as Stat starts to walk out, doing her best or worst Neo impression for that matter, she gets to the ring, or she gets close to the ring. Security comes out. They cut her off. At which point, Tekla then curb stomps Thunder Rosa onto the title. And then Stat decides she's going to take out a couple security guards. And then after she takes out a couple security guards, she goes to slide in the ring, and Tekla takes off. And I don't. We could have just had these two face off. I didn't need this match at all. Like, we know we're getting this rematch at Revolution. Like, the writing's on the wall, and that's fine. Do what you got to do. I didn't need the Thunder Rosa match.
Is like, I think her home is in Texas, or her newly formed home is in Texas. She's big in Texas, so this was to get her on TV in her hometown.
I still don't care.
I agree.
I don't. She's not interesting. She's just not.
She's not.
She's more interesting when
She
she's
had
standing
one
in the
good
crowd
match.
holding signs, doing goofy things.
Yeah, she had one good match in a time where they didn't have a ladies division really, and now the whole division has passed her by.
She's another Britt Baker. Funny enough. Anyways,
Right?
we say that because her good match was with Britt Baker, by the way. That's why I said that. Moving on. So, promo package. Jack's mad at Goa for getting involved with everything that goes on. Ricochet doesn't care. All right, moving on. In-ring segment. I love it. Technically, I always put in-ring segment. It was on the ramp, basically. Ciampa comes out, and he's not happy that Kyle took Sylvie and made it pinky and gave her a makeover. But he thinks Kyle's hiding from him with all this trios stuff. He says he didn't come here he didn't come to AEW to make instant classics. He came to be a top guy. And he was basically like, if I have to go through Briscoe again and fight my way back to get a title shot, I will. At which point, FTR's music hit, and I was the most confused man on the planet because...
Well, he said top guys, and,
listen,
they're the top guys.
I had no clue these two even had history because I didn't watch a lot of NXT at that time.
Oh, yeah, you didn't watch NXT. You didn't get to see the black and gold. We should.
No, I watched a lot of black and gold.
Then how did you miss DIY and FTR or the revival?
I think I stopped not long after Ciampa first got there.
Oh man, they got history. Good, very good history.
So
bangers.
Dax comes out and hugs him, which Ciampa looks.
He confused the shit out of Ciampa.
And he's like, "I'm here to welcome an old friend to AEW." He's like, apparently trying to. He tries to recruit Ciampa into the FTR. Ciampa says, "I hated you 10 years ago, and I still do." Stokely tries to pipe up, and Ciampa tells him to quiet down. He says, "Quiet down there. The grown men are talking." Dax gets in Ciampa's face. Ciampa says he didn't. He's like, "You know what? I didn't sign a no contact order," and he slapped the shit out of Dax. At which point, they looked like they were going to get in a scuffle, but then Dax was like, "You know what? I'll see you on Collision Saturday." So apparently,
he's like, "I forgive you." He's like, "I'm not mad at you. I'll see you on Saturday."
My guess is they're either going to have a one-on-one match or they're going to team Ciampa up with someone.
FTR's got to fight the Rascals for the tag titles because the Rascals won the Eliminator. So I don't know what that means.
Huh?
If they interfere, they showed it on the show. The Rascals and FTR
are they doing that already?
Yep.
That's a dumb time to do it.
Well, that's TK's booking.
Somehow I missed that.
That's what I'm here for, man. To catch what you miss.
He definitely didn't post it on Twitter yet, though. Oh, there's the Collision matches. Tomohiro Ishii versus Andrade. Or no, that was this past Collisions. Shit. That wasn't it.
He may not have it out yet, but the graphic showed at the bottom of the screen.
Maybe AEW have posted it. Revolution, Collision. Yeah? Okay. Ooh! Looks like we're getting Claudio versus Takeshita as well.
Yep.
That's going to be a banger.
We hope.
Next Dynamite, it's going to be Kyle Fletcher versus Speedball. That's exciting. Anyways, sorry.
Sidetracked.
So yeah, I don't know what's gonna happen because I feel like that's a scenario where Ciampa comes out and costs them the championship, but then you don't have the main event not the main event, but the main tag. So that's not gonna happen.
I think they're gonna interfere with Ciampa again, whether he has a match or maybe he has another promo. I think they mess with him there,
right?
Or maybe they beat him up backstage. It'll be something like that,
right?
Or maybe it's the reason for the schmaz during the Rascals match, so that way the Rascals don't have to take the L.
They'll take the L. They'll take
They
the L.
should. I mean, people should lose. It's wrestling.
Now, backstage. Although, listen, I'm going to be honest. The fan side of me hopes the Rascals win because I would much rather see the Rascals versus the Young Bucks. Because I'm so tired of the Young Bucks versus FTR.
Yeah, you'll get that on like a Collision or something later.
But that's not going to happen. Anyways, so Tony tried to backstage. Tony Storm tried to hype up OC because he was gotten his ass beat. There were some funny things said that I didn't write down because they weren't really important, even though they were funny. And I guess at the end of the day, we're getting the OC and Darby versus the War Dogs at Revolution. My guess is it'll be a 3-on-3. I don't know who they're going to add to as their third person.
Maybe maybe Roddy will be back since he had wanted posters made for Roddy.
I doubt it.
You doubt it? You think? Well, I mean, he's in the conglomeration. It could be anybody from the conglomeration.
Didn't you say?
Except for Roddy, because Roddy's not in the conglomeration.
But you were the one that were like, yeah, maybe it's Roddy.
Well, it's because OC had the little wanted poster things last week, so maybe maybe Roddy comes back and has got whatever,
Oh, that ain't gonna happen.
It's stuck up his ass out of his ass.
It's more likely it'll end up being Briscoe, if I'm being honest.
Probably, I agree.
And then for the match that almost won my match of the night. AEW Trios titles, Adam Page, Kevin Knight, and Mike Bailey versus Kyle Fletcher, Kazuchika Okada, and Mark Davis. Again, the faces rushed to the ring to get the match started super quick. Honestly, I didn't put down a bunch of notes. It was just honestly a really fun, fast-paced match. Mike Bailey was going the fuck off.
He was the freshest man on his team, so he should have been.
Barely. What the fuck did Hangman do tonight?
He walked to the ring.
He did one flip.
Yeah, he walked to the ring, hit a clothesline, and then,
But no, Bailey went off. But at the end of the thing, MJF came out, pulled Hangman off the apron, which lets Davis hit his move on Knight, which is still one of the most beautiful pile drivers ever.
Plus, he hit him with the Dynamite diamond ring.
Yeah. And we have new Trios champions. Now, I hate this. And it's honestly one of the reasons before you guys, I need you to understand, I don't hate who won the Trios titles. I don't hate specifically that Hangman and them lost them. I hate that we now have another set of tag titles that are going to be locked behind singles champions.
Yep.
I've been bitching about it with Willow for like 2 months.
TK was like, hold my beer. I'm going to do that twice as many times now.
I even went and bitched on Twitter about it.
Good. Maybe one of TK's bots will pick it up and it'll get back to him.
It won't. What I said was, fam, now we have Willow, who doesn't have time to run programs for both the AEW women's title and the women's tag titles. And we have new Trios champs made up of 2 men's singles champions. I'm beginning to think Tony Khan doesn't actually know what the fuck he's doing. This is stupid. Unless this leads to titles being gotten rid of, it's pointless.
I was just about to say, it sounds like there's a too many fucking belts problem.
But I don't think it's going to lead to titles disappearing. I agree. It's just going to lead to not necessitating or not having the necessity of programs for the titles if somebody's holding multiple titles. Like, oh yeah, we can just focus on this story and not have to worry about the others. And I hate that. Like, you might as well just get rid of the fucking titles.
Yeah.
Again, if Okada and Fletcher didn't have their singles titles, I'd be all for this.
I agree.
And I don't even necessarily... So here's the other thing too, right? There was a period of time where I thought it would be cool for... back when Alistair was in AEW, and they had the House of Black. I thought it would have been cool when they were trios champions for them to all also get the 3 men's singles titles. But it's one of those things where, for me, it would have been cool if they got them and it lasted like a month and then they started losing stuff, right? I don't mind stuff for short times. This isn't going to be a short time situation. We know it's not.
No, because they're going to cheese their way through the fucking roster like they have for their singles titles.
Right. And I just, it drives me nuts. I hate this about AEW right now. Because now we've basically got 2 sets of tag titles, one of which honestly shouldn't even be on the fucking show to begin with.
Agreed.
But they're going to be tied down behind singles wrestlers, and I hate that. I absolutely fucking hate it.
Yeah, at least for Hangman and them, that's the only belts they had.
I am singularly stoked for Mark Davis.
Yeah, I agree. It should have been like Mark Davis.
Because that man deserves the world right now, because he has been, in my opinion,
the most unlucky dude.
The most interesting in-ring wrestler the last 2 months.
Yeah. And he keeps getting just the worst kind of luck.
Worst kind of fucking luck. I still love, dude.
If he's not hurt, his partner is.
He could do that fucking clothesline 4 times a match, and I'm gonna love it every fucking time, dude. He did it twice tonight.
He's been so good.
He's such a smart in-ring wrestler, is what it is, and it's.
Yeah. He actually shows a little bit of psychology, and it goes a long way because nobody fucking else does anymore.
So good. Like, it has me excited for, like, can you imagine? Oh, dude, give me an Ospreay versus Mark Davis match when Ospreay gets back.
Yeah, we might get that.
Woo. Anyways. So what I was going to say, overall, I thought the show was decent.
It was a decent show.
But there were a few moments.
It was a very watchable show. It was a long show. Like a long show.
It was like 2 hours and 15 minutes. So.
Yeah, you could tell they had an overrun.
So what I was going to mention, shit. What was I going to mention?
I don't know. I don't have your notes.
Well, no, I said I was going to mention something, and then I think I fucking, I think
about stuff that happened earlier, like the David Finlay stuff.
No, or no. That's what I was going to do. Hold on. So, there's a new match already set for Revolution because Tony Khan's busy. Trios Championship match at Revolution. Obviously, the new Trios champions, Mark Davis, Fletcher, and Okada, versus Jet Speed and Mystico. Obviously, we know who's going to win the match. And there's no reason, and it makes no sense story-wise why Mystico's getting involved in this.
It's just there to be a banger.
But I don't care, because it's going to be a fucking banger, and I'm excited about this fucking match.
Although I wouldn't mind if they won.
I wouldn't either. Mainly because, listen, you want to hot potato these trios championships? Go on a fucking head, dude. I could give
it'll at least make them interesting.
I could give a fuck less about these titles as a whole.
I agree.
One of the things I did like about the match, psychology-wise, just thinking about it. So Kevin Knight took the loss.
Yeah, which makes sense.
He came into the match hurting because, he was getting his ribs all fucked up, even though he got dumped on his stack of dimes. And then...
Plus MJF's interference.
With all of this, so that was fine, right? Oh, that's cool. But they absolutely could use this. I was hoping. Listen, there was a part of me that was hoping fucking Mike Bailey was going to start beating the fuck out of him for losing. Like, I want one of these guys to go full heel. I want someone to go full heel out of all this. In fact, it could have been Hangman. One of the 3 of these men, I want to see go full fucking heel out of this at some point soon.
I think it's more likely to be the Jet right now because the way he's been acting and stuff.
Right. But, like, I was even thinking, like, this is one of those things where on Collision, we could see something along the lines of, like, oh, hey, like Adam Page being upset for the night throwing something out there like that.
Yep.
Like, hey, you're just going out there
Your mouth cost us the titles.
and getting us involved. And obviously, the real blame in all this is MJF. But Hangman is really good at blaming people for things. So I could see him blaming Kevin and then Kevin being pissed off about it. And it possibly pushing him heel. I hope if he goes heel, he takes Mike Bailey with him. Because I don't want to see him break up as a tag team. I think they're a fun tag team to watch. Mike Bailey, if I remember correctly, was a heel in TNA for a while. Obviously,
I mean, with that haircut, I mean, you can do anything.
But yeah, I don't think any of that's going to happen soon. They're teaming up with Mystico, and Mystico is like the ultimate face in wrestling. So there's not going to be any yelling at anybody for a while.
No. But that'll probably be, and maybe that loss is what pushes them because they, continue to keep losing. Because by then they'll have lost probably both the singles matches for the titles they challenged for and the trios match again. So maybe that's what pushes them.
Right. But yeah, I'm excited for Revolution. The matches are stacking up to be pretty dope, and I just hope we don't get some stupid I know we're gonna get pre-show matches. I don't mind there being pre-show matches. Okay. So who's Big Boom AJ gonna wrestle?
Don't.
You know it's happening.
Don't.
He's gonna team up with what's that guy again? QT Marshall, and they're gonna go against
QT Marshall. I keep forgetting he's there still.
It's gonna be Big Boom.
They only roll him out for the fucking Boom Boom guy.
It's probably gonna be QT and Big Boom versus fucking Rocky Romero and Trent Beretta again because.
Oh, don't say that. Trent Beretta deserves so much better.
And then you can flip a coin on which one of them is gonna get punched in the face by the little kid.
Can we just not?
Anyways, look, I hope it doesn't happen. I feel like it's the writing's on the wall. I do. I don't. Tony loves this shit for some reason.
Why don't we just make it a Costco membership on a pole match or something stupid too?
Why?
While we're at it.
Listen, okay, here's gonna be my next complaint. Listen, I am already not a fan of companies always going out and getting celebrities involved in wrestling. Like, if it was once...
Celebrities in the lowest of forms there.
If it was once every great once in a while, I don't mind it. Like, back in the day, when it was old dude from the football player that came in for WrestleMania. Like, WrestleMania...
Lawrence Taylor.
Yeah, when he came in, it was a cool idea. Hadn't been done yet. Neat. Cool. They got Butterbean involved for some boxing stuff, even though this whole thing was stupid. Cool. Celebrity.
Yeah, that was the Fight for All or whatever it was called.
Brawl for All. And now...
Brawl for All. Thank you.
But now it's like WWE's got Logan Paul, who, listen, major props to him for actually full-time wrestling now. Like, I was more annoyed at first when he would, like, show up once every fucking 5 months to take a match.
Now I'm annoyed that he is there all the time.
Yeah. No, I'm not. I actually enjoy him as a wrestler.
Yeah. He's such a scummy person.
Yes. So is Chris Benoit. I like Chris Benoit as a wrestler. Don't care.
Yeah, different kind of scummy.
Right. Now, with that being said, he got involved, and then Jelly Roll, and then like KSI, mostly because of what's his face.
Post Malone's been around. There's a ton of them.
The dude that just did the Super Bowl halftime show that I can't remember his name for some reason.
Bunny.
Bad Bunny. I almost called him Bad Baby. Wrong bad person. That would be terrible. Even more terrible. Then there was...
Bad baby. You're just a bad baby.
Don't do that. Then there was...
Too many.
Anyways, so yeah, there's been a lot. And like, what makes me mad though is like, so WWE, they go out and they at least get big names. And then AEW is like,
hey, we'll get the Costco people.
We'll get the Costco TikTok personality people. And I'm like, the good news is at least AJ has wrestling history, so he knows how to take a bump. But
and
like,
the good news is that shit stays on the pre-show.
Right. But like, bruh. I mean, they had Shaq. I wasn't there for Shaq or
Yeah, that
Snoop
was a TNT network crossover thing.
because Snoop came on
That
once as well.
honestly, that honestly wasn't that bad. The Snoop stuff was kind of bad, but that's when Cody was on that weird stunt reality show thing with them.
Right. I wish it was somebody more important than fucking Big Boom and whoever else. Like, but no, we're relegated to like if I want stupid shit, at least make it entertaining stupid shit, not stupid shit, stupid shit.
Yeah,
Um, yeah, that's it. That's dynamite for you.
indeed.
I just did the finger gun point. None of you could see it. Um, we might, depending on how Friday goes, we might record a pick'em thing. If
Maybe
if not, you guys won't see us again until the pay per
until
view.
Monday. No, yeah, you're right. It would be the Sunday. I'll be back for that.
So if you don't see us for the pick'em, expect to not see a video from us until the pay per view.
Yep, that's probably the most likely thing, honestly.
Correct. Because my guess is you guys are going to have to get up early Saturday to go do whatever to head out
You
wherever
are
you're going.
right. We are getting on an airplane to California early Saturday morning, and then we're 2 days in California, and then we're going to Hawaii.
For shits and giggles, for shits and giggles, if I have the time, I might make and post some 2K26 content
Hey,
for you guys.
there you
I
go.
might.
Ooh,
We'll see.
that comes out tomorrow at midnight, doesn't it?
It does.
Ooh, we might try to play some tomorrow night.
We might. We might. Um,
Nice.
with that being said, though, we love you guys, and we'll see you next time. Deuces.
Later.